Visa amnesty agreed as emergency decree is linked to the controlled entry of Thais and foreigners. Deputy Army Chief, Nattapol Nakpanich, says a state of emergency is required to manage screening and entry of returning Thais and foreigners into the kingdom while protecting the country against a threatened second wave of infection. It comes as the government indicates that an extension of the state of emergency by decree is likely. The cabinet has approved an extension of the visa amnesty for up to 250,000 stranded foreigners in Thailand. The Thai cabinet, meeting on Tuesday, gave its imprimatur to an automatic extension of the visa amnesty for stranded foreigners in the kingdom. It was a further improvement on Friday's announcement of a grace period. The amnesty applies to tourists who entered Thailand after the state of emergency on the 26th of March last. It comes amid rumbling political opposition to the Thai government, in which the state of emergency has become a hot issue as opposition groups contest it, while the government argues that it needs the powers to allow for controlled entry into Thailand for foreigners and Thai returnees. Government Deputy Spokesperson Treasury Ranakul had good news for stranded foreigners in Thailand on Tuesday when she announced cabinet approval of a straightforward visa amnesty extension until the 26th of September next. It came as, on TV, Deputy Army Chief, Nattapol Nakpanich, argued that a fourth extension of the emergency decree is necessary so that the government can keep its screening and quarantine operations running, which is allowing stranded Thais and foreigners outside Thailand return to the kingdom in safety while protecting the public from a threatened second wave of COVID-19 infection. It was good news for foreigners stranded in Thailand when the cabinet finally approved an automatic extension to the visa amnesty until the 26th of September next. Right up to the middle of last week, a senior Thai Immigration Bureau officer had claimed that such an event was unlikely, but on Friday, Mr. Nattapol Nakpanich, a spokesman for the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration, CCSA, and deputy spokesman at the Ministry for Foreign Affairs, suggested that a proposal for a grace period when the amnesty expired on the 31st of July was being considered and a proposal drafted. No need to visit local immigration offices or get an embassy letter. Number 90-day reporting requirement. Today, after the cabinet's meeting, it has emerged that what has been agreed is a simple extension to the amnesty, which will mean a requirement to foreigners to attend their local immigration office or to make the 90-day reports, which is still obligatory for other foreigners in the kingdom who hold normal long-stay visas. There will also be no requirement to obtain a letter from the relevant embassy. In recent weeks, the US and UK embassies had specifically stated that such letters would not be forthcoming, while Australian Ambassador, Mr. Alan McKinnon, last week, said that such letters would be available, a reversal of a previous policy. Estimated that the measure will impact up to 250,000 stranded foreigners behind Thailand's borders. Details of the decision were given today by the government's deputy spokeswoman, Treasury Ranakul. She said it would help an estimated 250,000 foreign tourists still stranded behind Thailand's borders. The amnesty only applies to visa holders who arrived in Thailand after the 26th of March last, the day that Thailand declared a state of emergency. There will be further announcements to come on the details of the provision that was agreed at today's government meeting. Government hints that the state for emergency will be extended for a fourth time to protect the borders. Also on Tuesday, the government indicated that an extension to the state of emergency may be on the cards also beyond the 31st of July, by decree. This would be the fourth time that this has happened. A key committee at the COVID-19 Center has recommended this on the basis that Thailand needs the special powers to protect its borders. The issue is becoming more contentious given the fact that the kingdom has now gone 55 days without a case of local transmission amid increased rumblings against the government, including social media commentary and a number of protests over the weekend where the virus emergency was raised. Political activists are accusing the Thai government of using the virus and the emergency to suppress opposition to its mandate and calls for political reform. Deputy Army Chief explains why the state of emergency is required: to run the entry, screening and quarantine operations for returning Thais and foreigners gaining access to the kingdom. On Tuesday, a government official and top army officer hit back strongly at such suggestions. The deputy chief of the Thai army and an official with the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration, Nattapol Nakpanich, gave an interview to a popular Thai news show, Inside Thailand. He argued that the emergency decree gave the government the power to screen and safely quarantine tens of thousands of travelers currently entering Thailand, including Thai returnees, businessmen, work permit holders as well as spouses and partners of Thai nationals. Health officials at the COVID-19 Situation Administration Center regard these screenings and quarantine operations as essential to protecting Thailand from the virus that is still raging worldwide and posing a definite risk of a second wave of infection. No political dimension to the decree. He rubbished suggestions that the decree was being used in any way for political purposes. The extension of the emergency decree will not be applied to political dimensions, he told the audience of the show. If we use it for other purposes, it will be attacked by certain groups. The prevention of COVID-19 remains the highest priority for using the decree. Opposition Move Forward MP points to the arrests last week in Rayong of 2 activists over a banner. Move Forward MP, Rangsiman Rome, was not buying it. He pointed to the lack of a case of local transmission in over 50 days. There is no reason for the government to keep it apart from using it against the government's critics, he claimed. Mr. Rangsiman pointed to the arrest of 2 activists last week in Rayong during the visit of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to the province in the aftermath of the controversy surrounding the positive test for a visiting Egyptian soldier who was part of a holiday junket which failed to quarantine, drawing the ire of local people in Rayong province and throughout Thailand. Both men were detained for unfurling a banner which sharply criticized Thailand's government leader.